All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Sorry, still adding some stuff to my watch list. I'm gonna keep ABIL on there, but I do have a few that are moving. DFBG is the first one on my watch. You can see this one is gapping up pretty nicely here. Maybe I spelled it wrong. DFBG. Yeah, this one's gapping up pretty nicely here from 86 cents all the way to 550, so a huge move. RENN is gapping up only 2 cents. May keep an eye on that one, but not at this point. MDGS is the second one I'm watching, gapping up from 105 to 165, or really from 112 to 165. But it's still a decent move. Also watching RKDA. Gap up from 781 to 966, so a decent gap there. Keeping an eye on GEVO again. Definitely going to watch that one. DAC. Gapping up from 180 to 205. You can see DAC here. What else am I watching? Let's see. VTGN. Small gap. You can see VTGN starting to run a little bit here. Up from 135 to 153. It needs a little bit more volume, so hopefully it can spike a little bit more. CLPS is another one, gapping up from 1352 to 1480. Watching CLPS. Intelsat, gapping up from 1736 to 1848. CARA, gapping up from 1644 to 2170. That one looks decent. WWE, gapping up from 6662 to 7320, and ABIL. So yeah, we got a few decent options today. Not bad for a Wednesday, kind of the second Wednesday that's been pretty good volume wise. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on some of this stuff, see what happens with it. We got some movers for sure, so we'll see if we can get some momentum going at the open. Also keeping an eye on ACHV as well. All right, so let me check the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Missouri. What's up, brother? Frank, good morning, man. Juan, good morning, brother. Baron, good morning. Randy, good morning. But yeah, look at DFBG. This thing just went supernova overnight. There was not really any way to kind of tell. I'm going to go over the news in a second for these, but man, what a crazy move. Yeah. Randy Cabrera said DFBG, smaller company buys company multiple times its size and goes up 600% on sub 500,000 volume despite having a relatively large float. Seems legit. Oh, sorry, James. I'm gonna get there, brother. I still got to do that. Running a little bit late this morning. Let me do that right now. What's today? The 27th, right? 6/27. All right. Posting it right now. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat too, just so you can see it if you're in the chat. All right, I got to try to use a little bit. One thing I realized yesterday is that I'm using too small of sizing. I mean, I have to use bigger sizing, and I need to analyze the range of the stock. Like, if the range isn't big, I need to use 200 or 300 shares, and so that's definitely something I want to work on today, and we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I just posted it, James. What's up, Mitch? Good morning, dude. Yeah, Randy. Crazy, man. Yeah, for sure. Dylan, funny thing for DFBG is that March 31st they had over $4 million cash, and today announced a cash deal to pay $1.4 billion. Man, that's crazy. Good morning, Kang. What's up, brother? Yeah, I appreciate that, James. Yeah, man, I just try to find volume. Like my watch list is all about volume. And like sure, if it's gapping up, I'll watch it, but it's all about volume of those specific stocks. Like, a stock can gap up $2, but I really won't care if the volume's not there. So I just have to see volume. Like you can see, MDGS has okay volume for pre-market. DFBG has pretty good volume for pre-market. I don't know if it's good enough to make that thing gap up from 86 to 694, but it has okay volume. You can tell people are watching it. Same thing with CARA and RKDA. So I just try to look for stocks that have good volume. You know what I mean? Yeah, no worries, James. What's up, TJ? Good morning, man. All right, so let's see if I can actually trade some of these. Good morning, Tiny. Happy hump day to you as well. Good morning, Bogdan. Yeah, I'm good too, man. Damon went back home, but he should be back. He's gonna, he'll be down in Texas for at least a few months, and so Damon should be on the show again. That was fun having him here yesterday. Let me see. Hopefully, I can trade some of these. So first, what I'm gonna look at is MDGS. No. RKDA I know is. CARA is. I'm worried DFBG is not going to let me trade it. No, DFBG is not tradable. I don't know if I want to trade it anyway. GVO is tradable. DAC is not tradable. ABIL is tradable. VTGN is tradable. ACHV is tradable. We got most of these stocks are good. The two biggest bummers are these two, MDGS and DFGB. I can't trade these two, which is pretty... which sucks, to put it in layman's terms. But we'll find some other stuff to trade. They'll probably add, I'm guessing they'll add DFBG to trade tomorrow. I'll probably be able to trade the stock tomorrow on TradeNet. It's just waiting for them to add it. Once the stock gets over 500,000 shares in volume within the last 3 months, they usually add it. But at this point, I don't think they'll add it today. It's getting close, though. CLPS, I know I can trade that one as well, so I'll probably just watch that one too. What else? WWE, yeah, I can watch that one. I'm gonna watch DFBG regardless of whether I can trade it or not, though. Let's see. Good volume is like 20,000 shares a minute, 10 to 20,000 shares a minute in pre-market. Bad volume is like 1,000 shares a minute, And so I just want to see good volume and really just movement. Like I can tell if the stock has good volume or not just by looking at the candlesticks. I don't even have to see the volume. Like you can tell if it has good volume just by looking at the candlesticks, Like if you look at these two, if you look at CLPS and DFBG, you can look at DFBG and see it's continuous. There's not really many little gaps in this thing, and that's because it has better volume. But if you look at CLPS, you can see it's just kind of gapping, kind of going all over the place because the volume's lower. It's got about 2,500 shares traded per minute, maybe 3,500. So yeah, GVO's spiking up though. It's breaking that high. It broke that high of yesterday for a split second. You can see GVO right here. Let me look at GVO real quick. GEVO spiking up here. Really watching it over this level. Right around this 850 point. See if it can hold over that. Yeah, no worries, Bogdan. What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, man? I just look at the volume, Tiny. So like, you can see here, you see my volume bar. It's just an estimate, but like I would say this is probably the average right here. And so, maybe higher. I don't know. The average, yeah, maybe 3,600 shares traded a minute, but I just try to kind of estimate it and try to kind of find the average here in pre-market. So just up to here. Really, the average is probably lower for this one, but it's just an estimate. But like I said, you can tell just by looking at the candlesticks if a stock has good volume or not. Yeah, I do momentum trades for sure, Jeffrey. What's up, James? Good morning, brother. All right, so let's look at the news on some of these. First one I'm looking at is DFBG or DFGB, or maybe it's DF. I can't get it right. BG. All right, there you go. So yeah, let's look at this one, DFBG, and let's see some of the news on some of these. So yeah, DFBG is Differential Brands, a company called Differential Brands. It's up in pre-market because it completed a deal to buy a quote-unquote significant part of Global Brands' North American licensing business for 1.38 billion, 1.38 billion, so almost 1.5 billion. So the closing's going to be in the third quarter of this year. And so, yeah, I mean, that's good news and everything, but it's a little weird from an 86-cent stock to buy a much larger company, or at least a significant part. Like I believe Randy was saying, that's a little weird. This stock was 86 cents, and so I don't know if they're just kind of balling out of control and can buy a larger company. Usually it's the opposite. Usually it's the larger company buying the smaller company. So the fact that a tiny company is buying a big company is just kind of weird. But we'll see. I mean, hey, who knows what this thing will do. Moving on. CARA is the next one I'm looking up. Let's see what this one's doing. All right, so it's up on good news, good results. It's up 34% on positive results in a trial of post-surgery pain treatment. Yeah, it posted positive data for its phase 2 and 3 trial for its treatment and pain of abdominal surgery. And they got a bunch of technicals, but good study results for CARA. That's good news. Moving on to RKDA here. Let's see what RKDA can do. All right, so it sounds like this is a partnership. A partnership with Good Wheat. Yeah, so it announced a partnership with Farmers Business Network, which is going to expand the grower base of the family of specialty wheat varieties, which is Good Wheat. And so they partnership with RKDA, and it's up from 781 to 960. Moving on to CLPS, I think CLPS is probably just up on technicals. I mean, this one's been moving a lot the last few days. I guess they could have put a press release out. We'll see. Yeah, so they did put some stuff out. It sounds like it had good quarter 3 results. They're an information tech company, IT. Yeah, today they announced financial results for the third fiscal quarter that ended March 31st, 2018. Their revenue went up to $12.88 million, and their net income was $0.6 million, so $600,000 for the third quarter, and that's a year-over-year increase of 63.8% and 142.8% respectively. So that's good news, good results for CLPS. I'm surprised. I mean, that seems like pretty good news. I'm surprised it's not up more. So we'll see if this one starts to run. I mean, this one's up a ton already. It probably is going to take a lot to make it keep going, but interesting. We'll see what this one can do. It got all the way up to 16 and dropped a little bit before the close, so we'll see what that does here as well. What's the other one I was looking at? I think it was MDGS. Yeah, you can see MDGS gapping up from 105 to 163, or from 112 to 163, I should say. Yeah, so they're up. The company announced the entry into the orthopedic market. They signed a new development and manufacturing agreement for their integrated visualization device with a company called AM Surgical Inc. And so that's good news. We'll see where this one goes as well. What's another one? GEVO is one I was talking about. It gapped up really nicely. It kind of came back some though. Alright, so it sounds like GEVO. They adopted DSM's eBoost yeast for their ethanol. So GEVO is apparently a gas company. Yeah, today they announced that they adopted Royal DSM's new eBoost yeast at one of their production facilities in Laverne, Minnesota. Yeah, it's all for the enhanced production of ethanol, and the eBoost offers better yields and enhanced profitability. So, interesting GEVO, spiking up some from that press release. BTGN, another one I'm looking at, gapping up from 135 to 148. Maybe having some trouble staying over the $0.50 level. Need some more volume though. The volume's pretty low with this one. I want to see some more volume if I'm going to get into this one at all. All right, so the buy rating went up. All right, so they had a press release come out yesterday. This is probably why they're up. The press release basically stated that they narrowed the net loss of $1.12 per share in fiscal 2018 from $1.54 per share a year earlier. And so their net loss got a little bit smaller. I think that's probably why they're up, and a few analysts have upgraded the stock to a buy rating with a bigger price target. Yeah, it sounds like that's probably why they're up. And they were also upgraded by a few groups and stuff like that, but their net loss was a little bit smaller as opposed to last year at the same time. Then the last one I'm looking at is WWE. It seems like that WWE confirmed new contracts with USA and Fox. And so that's why it's up from 66.62 to 74.01. So nice move for this one as well. We'll see. I don't really like toying with stocks this expensive, but if it gives me a good setup, I mean, I'll still kind of try it. Last one I'm looking at is DAC actually. DAC gapping from 180 to 2. I'm going to try to go over this one quickly. All right, so it sounds like they posted their Q1 results and their revenue beat the street expectations. Yeah, so that's what happened. Better revenue than expected for DAC. I don't even think I can trade this one. No, I can't. So, bummer for that. But yeah, we got some options today. Not a bad Monday, or not a bad Wednesday, I should say. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I haven't looked at the chat in a second. I'm going to look at it now. Appreciate that, Matthew Ferguson. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome, man. Glad you're here, man. Good morning, JT. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while, JT, man. You used to be here every day. What happened, bro? You been taking a break from trading? Regardless, man. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, I'm watching ACHV as well, Bogdan. I think it's just on technicals, but I'm either way. I don't really like to predict what the stock's going to do beforehand. I like to just try to react to what it does, if that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Float size, market cap is important. That's right, TJ. Right, James. That's what I'm a little bit like. That's what usually it's the opposite, man. Usually it's like the bigger companies buying the smaller company. Yeah. Well, it said. Yeah, it did say a large chunk. It didn't say it was buying the whole company, but regardless of how much it's buying, it's spending 1.3 billion on it. And so, for a company that is making, substantially less than that per year, you wonder where they get the money. But who knows? Like, they could be legitimate. I don't know enough about them. Watching GALT, but it doesn't seem to have the volume. I hope it gets some soon. Let's see. Yeah, the volume's a little low. Let's see what it usually does. I mean, here's the thing. It's moving more than it usually does. You can see how it kind of usually moves. And so that's a good sign. I mean, it could push up. Even if the stock has no volume now, it still could get some at the open. Yeah, the intro plan is on sale right now, I think. I think it's $3.99 actually. Last time I looked, I think the intro plan is $3.99. Let me check. So I think it's 20% off, but I don't know. But yeah, we got a few different options that I'm keeping an eye on today. Not a bad day so far in the market. Wednesdays have been pretty good. Let me see. I don't know. On my computer, it's not saying they're on sale. I mean, I have a few links. I have one link that'll let you get the intro package for $3.99, I believe. And then I have another link that'll let you get it for 10% off, so $4.50. But the first one for $3.99, that's just the intro package. Like, you can't buy the other ones that way. And they just now gave me that one. Yeah, no worries, JT. Good to see you back, brother. CNXM is tradable, Fizzle. Let me see. CNXM. No, unfortunately, it's not. The really to understand what's tradable on TradeNet and what's not, the stock has to have at least 500,000 shares of volume traded in the last 3 months. And so that's why a lot of the time you'll see them add these big running stocks, is because they finally have 500,000 shares tradable. But if the stock has so low a volume to where it's barely moving and it doesn't have any volume, it's usually not tradable. It has to have a decent amount of volume to trade it. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, brother. That's a beautiful poem, Natish. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm watching. Messed up buying power. I mean, my buying power seems okay, I guess. I don't know. I know I had like a $4 loss after commissions yesterday. Yeah, I'm watching RKDA7 for sure. Yeah, Kara looks good as well. Watching, a few of these for shorts or longs. I mean, I could see them going either way. MYSZ, CVRS, RPKT. CVRS. I kind of like CVRS. PKD. Yeah, both of those look good. I mean, PKD and CVRS looks good. I don't know if I like MYSZ. MDGS, possible gap and go. MDGS. Yeah, I mean, this one could run up as well. I usually like, I mean, it could go up. I'm usually short biased with a lot of stocks that gap like this, but it could very easily go up as well. I'm just more of a short biased trader. But yeah, I mean, I want to see if it holds support over this 150 level is kind of the big crucial level that I'm watching for that one. I'll also see how it kind of reacts to that 170 area where the VWAP is. But yeah, let's see how we go today. Any swing trades? Swing trades. I mean, yeah, I remember NYSCJT. Swing trades. I usually wait for the end of the day. You know, I don't really like jumping in swing trades at the beginning of the day. I'd kind of prefer to wait until the end of the day. Just because I like watching for how it closes more than how it opens up that day, if that makes sense. Yeah, Fizzle. I mean, if I use 100 or 200 shares, it's $3 for a round trip, and so it's still pretty cheap. I mean, that's those commissions are cheap. But no, I agree with you. I've been trying to use bigger size lately. The biggest thing, like yesterday, I got in. I have to use at least 100 shares, but I've been trying to just kind of take it slow and kind of slowly bring my sizing up. But I agree. I have to start using bigger sizing. Oh, it's 425. See, mine's not showing on my computer. Yeah, MYSZ was a crazy runner. I mean, the old school, kind of parabolic movers are DRYS is one of my favorites. That's kind of the crazy old school DRYS. If you want to talk about earlier this year, there's MARA. What's another one? Sino. There's a few other ones I'm trying to remember that were crazy runners, but I remember MYSZ as well. Yeah, mine on my trade net, it's only showing 500. So maybe there is a deal today going on. I don't know. Yeah, I'm watching I as well. Outsiders for sure. Definitely watching I. Intelsat. That one's been kind of going crazy. We'll see though. I think I is more, and this is just my opinion. I think it's a better long-term trade as opposed to short-term trade in one direction or another. Yeah, LFIed was a crazy one too for sure. Yeah, AKER. Yeah, that was your stock for a while, Seven. AKER BPMX. Man, look at BPMX today. This thing's gapping. Well, I mean, it was gapping all the way down to 13, but it spiked back up. Yeah, so I'm watching GEVO. I mean, these three are probably my biggest watches. RKDA, GEVO, and CARA. A little bit more expensive stocks. DFBG, which is probably the best volume, isn't tradable, unfortunately. I got to take some of these lines off just so I can kind of see it clearly. There we go. Now a little bit better. I know, man. It's unavailable on TradeNet as well. Yeah, ABIL. ABIL's been moving a lot too. Let's look at ABIL. Let's see it. Yeah, that one had a big run yesterday. Look at this run, man, from 801 to 1455. Let me look at a little bit longer term chart here. Yeah, big run. Monday as well. Friday it had a run up to 676. And Wednesday it kind of pushed up from $2. So yeah, ABIL's been running a lot lately. Yeah, originally ABIL I don't think was tradable. I think they added that one after it had so much volume. But yeah, man, yesterday's stream was crazy. We had a lot of donations, a lot of subscribers. It was awesome. It was cool having somebody else here to like watch the stream with me though. Damon's still pretty green trading, but I've been kind of trying to teach him, you know, a little bit. All right, guys, market opens up in about 5.5 minutes. See if I can find anything else that's moving some. UAVS, maybe. UAVS is gapping. Low volume, though. AMRH. AMRH looks kind of interesting. I don't think I can probably trade it. Volume just doesn't look like it's quite there. No, unfortunately. GALT, no. Alright, so yeah, these three are probably my biggest watches. This and ABIL. So GEVO, RKDA, CARA, and ABIL. See if CARA gets rejected at the VWAP, comes down some maybe. Gotta try to figure out what kind of sizing to take with this type of trade though, just because it moves a lot. I was thinking maybe like 50 shares or so. With RKDA, I would take about 100 shares, maybe 200 with RKDA. GEVO. ACHV as well. Gapping down from 510 to 505, but it's moving some in pre-market. And it moved some yesterday, so gonna watch ACHV as well. We should get a few more runners at the open. There's just some movement at the open. Yeah, I feel you, JT. I agree. I wish they had a web platform. CVRS, Bogdan. Yeah, I kind of like CVRS. I don't think I could trade it, but yeah, there's not enough volume for this stock. Yeah, Jeffrey, I think you can only use the 10% off link once, but I'm not 100% sure. No, actually, I think you may be able to use it twice, actually. I don't know 100 for sure, though. But yeah, if you need the link, I'll send you the link again, man. All right, guys, market opens up in about 2 minutes. Yeah, sounds like my kid, 7, you know. All right. Yeah, I haven't been using U-Stock Trade as much anymore, Salty. I've just been kind of trying to build my TradeNet account up. That's kind of taken my priority. All right, guys. We got less than 2 minutes. But yeah, Wednesdays have been pretty good with volume lately. Not too bad. Usually Wednesdays are pretty slow. Hump days are pretty slow. Wednesdays and Fridays. Historically, I can always tell, like, I do better on Wednesdays or on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Wednesdays and Fridays are a little sketchy for me. But I did okay last Wednesday, so hopefully I can recreate that success today. Maybe take a little bit bigger sizing. See what happens. Yeah, TradeNet's just a better platform. Good morning, Best. How you doing, brother? Good morning, Jonathan Triplet. What's up, bro? Cal. I'm trying to slowly move up in sizing at this point, Cal. Like when I say move up, I'm trying to use like before I would use like 50 shares, 75 shares. Now I'm trying to use like 100 to 200 or 1 to 300 shares and kind of slowly go up that way. Just so I can kind of slowly get used to the mental aspect of it. But the market's about to open up right now, so good luck, everyone. Hopefully we can all make some money, have a green day today. There's the bell. All right, so ACHV dropping some. GEVO spiking up to the 850 level. Let's see what else. DFBG. DFBG up to $5. This thing's running. Watching CARA. Want to see it continue to get lower. RKDA, I'm watching it as well. There's just not really an entry that I like for it at this point. I want to see it bounce off of that VWAP, so the VWAP has to get lower, so I'm just giving it a little bit of time. WWE is break even, right around break even from where it opened. ACHV is coming down some. What was another one? CLPS. I was also watching CLPS. CLPS is almost break even from where it closed. Sitting right around that VWAP area now. RKDA is just tanking here. UAVS. UAVS is starting to come up some. Volume's kind of increasing. There goes UAVS breaking the high of the day. It's up to 260 now. UAVS, big spike here. Watching it a little early there, up to 266. Volume's increasing to really nice volume, up to about 80,000, 85,000 shares. Pulling back to the VWAP at this point now. Also that $50 level. Yeah, I think UAVS might keep going up and start to run some, really. Yeah, there it goes. Down to 250 again. Down to 240, maybe not. Who knows? I mean, it's about break even. It wasn't a huge gap up, so in my mind, when I look at it, it's not as extended. But we'll see. Maybe starting to come down here. CARA just isn't really moving like I wanted it to. It's just kind of slow here. RKDA pulling back some. But man, look how choppy CARA is. I wonder why it's acting like that. That's crazy. Just choppy. Look at this. Is it a split or an acquisition of some sort? I don't know. ABIL spiking up some. DNR. DNR starting to move some. Let's see what else. RKDA, maybe look for a washout long setup on this one. PASDO. All right, here's kind of a little VWAP test on RKDA. MTBC. I want to see more volume with this one. CLPS starting to run. Look how sideways CARA is. That's kind of surprising, really. GEVO breaking under the whole dollar of 8 for a second at least. VTGN coming back down. There goes CARA breaking over that high. Little opening range breakout here on CARA. Push up to the VWAP area. Spread on RKDA is just too kind of gnarly. GEVO. Gonna look for a pullback to the VWAP on GEVO here. AQXP. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of flagging a little bit. It's the VWAP's holding as resistance at this point. We'll see how it acts once it tries to test that VWAP at 275. I mean, that was kind of a nice little opening range breakout for CARA. Gonna watch it though. My strategy kind of revolves around low of the day breaks. And that VWAP rejection, the VWAP fade is, you know, it's definitely one of my favorite setups. I'm for sure watching for that one. CLDC. They still haven't added CLDC to TradeNet. I would have think they would have added it already. This one was moving the last few days. Volume is definitely over 500,000. I'm surprised they didn't add that one yet. Alright, so I'm looking for GEVO to push up and test this VWAP at 815. Try to get in for a short play. Riding it down, maybe up to 810 for an entry. See if we can crack under 8 if we can get that VWAP test. Only waiting for that VWAP setup, and ABIL just broke underneath the VWAP. If it bounces up to test it, I'll consider, you know, shorting it at this point as well if it gets up to 1088. All right, so there's GEVO here. All right, whoa. Okay, so I got in with 100 shares of GEVO, but the spread was just crazy. So I'm immediately down $20. I need the spread to get a little bit better here. Like I said, though, I'm trying to focus on using bigger sizing. So if I take a few $20, $30 losses, that's okay as well. I just want to, like I said, just try to focus on using bigger sizing here. That's the problem, though, is that I didn't pay attention to the spread when I jumped into it, which can really hurt if it starts to go against me, but we'll see. Biggest problem is that the volume's just so low. Should have analyzed that a little bit before jumping in, but no worries. Spread's gotten a little bit better. See if we get a fade back down. Spikes up to 820. I'm going to exit. ABIL maybe a VWAP fade as well. Keeping an eye on that one. RKDA looks halfway decent. Didn't quite get up to that VWAP level though. But man, I should have paid attention to the spread before I jumped in GEVO. The spread was 15 cents with 100 shares, so biggest problem I have with this trade thus far. I'm short, Kang. RKDA kind of getting around these lows here. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I should have paid attention to is the spread. A little bit too spready for me. I don't know if I would have necessarily got into it if I would have noticed the spread, so I should have paid attention to that a little bit more. I remember looking at RKDA and being like, the spread's too big for that one, but now the spread's not too bad with it, but I'm down still because of where I entered the position. So looking for kind of a reversal here, going back down. I bought it around that VWAP area, and so if it breaks I can get out, but the volume's just low, which has me a little nervous in GEVO. I just don't want to be caught in a squeeze going up. Trying to have as much patience as I can with it. I know, Fizzle. Hey, man, I'm right there with you. I can acknowledge my mistakes, you know. That's why I said the volume's low and the spread. Because the volume's low, the spread was bad as well. I just saw the pattern, not the volume. But I'll give it a little bit of time. Starting to drop, spread still low, volume still low. We'll see if it cracks under 8 is ultimately what I'm looking for. It's down to 801, testing it now. See if we can crack underneath it, get down to the 780s. ABIL maybe a VWAP test here. Might have happened a little bit too quick. GEVO got down to where I was only down $1, but then it just spiked up real quick. I don't want to get caught in a... Man, look at the spread on this one. 20-cent spread, volume's low. It's kind of that VWAP fade I was talking about, but man, spread's just kind of gnarly with it. I was up a split second. Wow. Look at the volume. This is not the trade I want to be caught in right now, to be honest with you guys. With a 20-cent spread like this. I'm just looking for it to clear up a little bit, spread to get a little bit better. It got rejected nicely at that VWAP, but the spread's just kind of gnarly with it. Spread cleared up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold under 8. Spread is just going back and forth here. All right, it's down to 8 again. Let's hope it doesn't spike quick here like it did last time. Down to 799. Spread got a little bit better. All right, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just jump out of this one because it's just taking too long. I'll give it a little bit of time here. It's down to 797. See if we can start looking good here. Down to 796. All right, I got out of this one for a break-even trade, guys. I just don't want to risk this thing spiking up, and the volume's just not there. So I got out for exactly break-even trade. I don't think I'm in anything at this point. Yeah, I'm out. That one just had me a little bit too nervous. I didn't look at the spread before I got in. I got really lucky and was able to get out for break-even with that one. But, yeah, just a little bit too scary. Not moving enough. CARA's testing this VWAP here. I got to get used to the sizing I'm going to potentially take in it. CARA kind of going sideways. ABIL kind of pushing up, testing that VWAP area. It's kind of the VWAP fade. And of course, there goes GEVO, but I still think it was inherently risky. I just wanted to get out for break even. Nice. Yeah, RKDA is tradable fizzle. Fizzle. It's not me smoking. It's this is a electric cigarette. It's not. I have kids. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm in Texas and have kids, so unfortunately, that's a no-go for me. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the stereotypical VWAP fade that I was looking for that I kind of went over. And it did exactly what I wanted it to, but the spread was just kind of too gnarly. When I got in, I was immediately down $15. And really, I was pretty lucky to get out for a break-even trade, even though it did kind of go. This is what I was scared of right here, is this spike. You can see it immediately spiked up to 807. And I just wanted to get out for break-even while I could. Just too spready for me. Nice, Frank. Nice, brother. Hey, $600 in 30 minutes. Not bad, dude. Not bad, man. Good job. All right, so let me focus now that I'm out of that horrible trade for break even. Me getting out of that trade for break even is like a win for me. Just because I was down 15 already, so I'll take it. DNR here, guys. Breaking the high of the day. It's at 501. But yeah, I got to make a mental note to drink my coffee a little bit earlier so I can be awake and analyze the volume of a stock before I get in. Really, it was just the spread. The spread was just too crazy. It looked like a good VWAP fade, and it did just that. Like, it got rejected at that VWAP area. And, you know, if I would have gotten in at 810 and actually filled at 810, I would be up 23 cents at this point if, you know, if I would get filled and exit right where it's at. But, you know, the spread volume was just too low. Really nice VWAP fade, just too sketchy for me. Maybe I should start drinking my coffee a little bit earlier. Still watching RKDA here. It's finding a lot of support. It's going sideways, but you can see it's kind of forming a little channel, maybe even a triangle here. See if I can draw it. See a little bit of a wedge there with RKDA. We'll see which way it breaks. But man, look at ABIL. See, you know, I can't really say how powerful this VWAP rejection is. I see it so much. I didn't take advantage of this one, but look at same thing with GEVO. Breaks underneath the VWAP, tests it, gets rejected, and rejects hard down to 950 on ABIL. And so that VWAP rejection, it's powerful. You may not think it is, but you know, it's slowly becoming one of those setups that I look for. And of course it doesn't work every time, but when it works, you know, it usually works pretty nicely. MAC CNXM. Look at MACK. Starting to push here, MACK. Alright, so RKDA breaking under these lows here at 867 now. Down to 850s in RKDA. Kind of looking at WWE here. I know it's a more expensive stock, but I'm still kind of looking for this VWAP rejection if it can get up here. I don't know if it will though. PTIE. Look at MACK though, guys. MACK is starting to run some here. Up from where it opened up around $5, it's up to $5.19 now. Volume's picking up. Volume's still kind of low if you look at the some of these other stocks, but for this stock, it's moving decent. Really nice volume spike relative to what it usually does. ACHV starting to tank as well. EROS trying to run. PTIE. Look at PTIE here. PTIE starting to push some as well. PED. Yeah, look at PTIE here up to 272. Crazy move. Big volume spike coming in on PTIE. It's up to 275 now. Spread's a little crazy, but usually the spread gets bad when the stock starts to run. AKAO VWAP fade, Mitch. Yeah, look at this beautiful VWAP fade for sure, man. Look at that. Right up to the VWAP, tapped off of it exactly, and then just faded. Yeah, that was a play to make too. Don't worry about it though, brother. We'll find some in. Kind of looking at WWE. I know it's a more expensive stock, but starting to look like a VWAP fade if it can get up there. The biggest thing with WWE is since it's more expensive than I usually trade, I kind of got to figure out what kind of share size I should take with it since I'm not really sure. Baron DRRX. At this point, I think the volume's just died down on it. It's just not moving enough. Watching it over the VWAP, it seems to be kind of using that area as support. But at this point, I just think the volume's too low for me to want to get in it. But every trader's different, you know. CARA. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, CARA breaking over the highs of the day. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. CLDC halted. TRXC. Man, look at CLDC. Looks like it was halted a few times, or at least once, yeah. Yeah, so now at this point in the day, I'm usually kind of looking for VWAP fades. Previous stocks that have been above the VWAP, kind of looking for them to break underneath it and then the VWAP to hold as resistance. Yeah, Tony, I had to go to the restroom, you know. Too much coffee this morning, man. Yeah, I know somebody asked me in the comments you should show us how to short on Webull. To be honest, I'm not going to deposit $2,000 into my Webull account. That's just too much. But you can short on Webull if you have a margin account. All right, so PTIE is pushing back up. It's at 264. Here's GEVO breaking. PED. Yeah, PED's looking good. It's running really nice. Looks very predictable for the most part. Still can't trade it, but it looks good. Yeah, see, look, here's WWE. I missed the VWAP fade on this one. Going to the bathroom. Look at this. Called this one out. Went up there right around the VWAP at 71.54, 71.50. It's down to almost 70 now, so would have been a beautiful VWAP fade here on WWE. Just had to go to the bathroom. All right, Tiny, have a good day. See you tomorrow, Tiny. All right, so ACHV here. ACHV coming up to the VWAP at this point. I may look to short. I mean, let's see what the volume. Yeah, the volume's just not there on ACHV. It looks like a nice VWAP fade, though. The spread's just 15 cents. Too much. Maybe if the spread gets better. For ACHV, look for a short down to 465, but we'll see. See if I can find what else is moving. DNR, this one's just been steadily climbing that VWAP area. Yeah, the spread got a little bit better on ACHV, but the volume just wasn't there. But you can see this VWAP projection, kind of what I was looking for. WFT. Just kind of waiting for good setups. Break-even day thus far. Only one trade. And so just kind of waiting for good setups. CARA breaking underneath the VWAP area. So I'm going to watch this one to see if that 250, 2150 level as well as that VWAP turns into resistance. And if it does, maybe consider a short play if it starts to break down here. I'm going to use a small sizing for this one just because it's a more expensive stock. But just kind of letting you guys know what I'm really kind of looking for here. I want to see this VWAP act as resistance. The spread's a lot better on CARA than a lot of these other ones. And so maybe looking for it to drop down to 21, bounce up to 2150, and then get in short if it breaks 2150, exit for a minimal risk, and look for a price target down to the low of the day at 2050. That's kind of what I'm trying to get into, or what I'm looking for with that one. MDBC used to be tradable on TradeNet. I don't know why they took it off, but volume probably wasn't good for it. Still got some time though. Yeah, CARA just didn't give me that entry, but we'll see. So like I said, down to 21. See if it bounces to 2150. At this point, it's a sideways trend, and so we'll see what happens with it. My computer just turned completely off, guys. Or my laptop. Let me try restarting it. If not, I'm just going to use... There we go. Alright, I got it back. Alright, so like I said, playing with CARA, see if it pushes up here to this 2150 level. And then hope that VWAP turned into resistance. If I do jump in this one, let's see, 21 to 22, I'll probably use something like 50 shares. Something small where I can add to it if it goes my way. See if we can bounce that high. Yeah, beautiful VWAP fade on ABIL. All right, it's up to 21.25. Like I said, I want to see it get up a little bit higher. What's up, Ash? What's up, Pierre? Yeah, TRXC volume's looking pretty good. What's up? CRK halted. XBIO, Mitch. Yeah, there's the crack underneath the VWAP here. Alright, so CARA starting to look more interesting here. Spread's just kind of gnarly on it. It went up there, but the spread was just too crazy. But that's the VWAP fade I was looking for with CARA. You can see it went right up to that VWAP at 21.46, got rejected, came back down to 21. We'll see what it does now, but the spread is 20 cents. A little bit too much for me. Yeah, there's the drop. Really what I was looking for was CARA. And here's the tank that I was looking for. The beautiful VWAP fade, just missed it. Look at this. Called this one out perfectly again. See, I really trust my pattern here. Like I said, guys, I know some people kind of get on to me for making mistakes. The thing about it, though, is that I'm not trying to act like an expert or anything like that. I'm just a new trader trying to go over what's been working for me and what hasn't. And so I'm really just letting you guys watch me trade as a new trader, not trying to act like an expert or anything of the sorts. And so I for sure have some stuff I got to work on. But one thing I think I do well is I find good patterns that actually legitimately work. I think there's a lot of nonsense out in the trading world with patterns. And the patterns I go over, like statistically, they are proven to work a lot of the time. Like CARA called this one out right on the nose, went up to 21.40, 5 cents away from the VWAP, got rejected all the way down to where it's at now. And so the patterns I look for, they for sure work. If anything, I need to work on my hesitation and fear. Man, that's rough for XBIO, Mitch. Yeah, I'm right there with FOMO on this one as well. Yeah, man, it happens, brother. Don't stress it, dude. You just got to move on from it. Yeah, mine did exactly what I was looking for as well, CARA. And maybe since it's a more expensive stock, I shouldn't have worried about the spread too much, but after that first trade I got into where I was immediately down $20, the spread's kind of fearing. Another example of the VWAP fade that I went over today is WWE. Called this one out right on the nose as well when it was up here. And eventually you can see it's broke the low of the day, came back down. So for sure it's a good setup. Definitely a legit setup. I just need to focus on kind of tweaking my entries and tweaking my emotions for sure. Yeah, dude. I'm right there with you, Mitch. Don't stress, brother. I mean, the biggest thing is that our patterns, we're identifying correct patterns, Mitch. That's the biggest thing, man, is that we see the patterns before they happen, and we can spot them really easily. So we'll get there, brother. Don't worry about it, man. For sure, Pierre. I agree. It's hard to judge risk. You don't know exactly where your risk is going to be because the spread's kind of crazy. And so, I agree. But with like I said, the biggest thing is like with a $20 stock like CARA, a 10 or 15 cent spread isn't that bad, looking back on it in hindsight. And so maybe I should have jumped in, maybe I shouldn't have, but bummed out I didn't, obviously. I would have been up, let's see. If I would have got in right around 21.40 and rode it down to 20.75, that would have been a 65-cent gain, so that would have been a 32.50 profit with 50 shares like I was planning on getting into. Unfortunately, I just didn't, but, at least I can identify the setups. Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, even though I'm missing some setups here, I got out for a break-even trade today, so I didn't have a losing day for the most part. And I'm just excited about being able to spot these patterns. It's really tough to find patterns that actually work in trading. You know what I mean? A lot of times you just hear nonsense about patterns that don't really work like you want them to. So I'm excited that I actually found good patterns, but I got to work on my entries, my hesitation, my share size. So I definitely have some stuff I need to work on, but for the most part, I'm, pretty confident in my setups. Yeah, I mean, that's also an option to take smaller size, Pierre. As opposed to getting in with bigger size, so that risk with the added spread doesn't affect me as much. That's another option for it. Kind of watching ACHV here. I know the volume isn't great, but the spread's only 4 cents, and it's kind of getting rejected at the VWAP. Maybe looking for a drop down to 465. If it breaks 488, let's see what that risk is. 465, my risk would be 12 cents. If I got in at 476 to 489, my risk would be 13 cents. So no, bad risk reward. A little bit less than 1-to-1. We still got a little bit of time left in today, so maybe I'll find something here. VTGN looks like it's testing the VWAP. The volume's just too low. I mean, this bounce may be kind of decent here if it bounces around 6 XBIO. But yeah, look at CARA. You know, I can't overstate how valuable I think this VWAP fade is. It happens so much, and it's just very predictable. You can see CARA doing exactly what I wanted it to with that trade. But man, there's the fade under the low of the day. It's down to 2040 now. So I can't overstate how valuable that trade is, man. And I mean, it bounced it back in a little crazy way, but for sure one of my favorite setups. Pierre, if you want to donate, brother, you can. There's a few options. You can go through that link. The easiest way, though, is if you see the chat, Pierre, you see the money sign underneath the chat. That's called a super chat. And so you can kind of post you a message. If you want to support the channel, you can kind of post a message of support. And click the money sign underneath the chat. And it's called super chat. And donate money that way. That's probably the easiest way. But, man, hey, man, if you want to donate, I really appreciate the support, brother. Don't feel obligated to, you know. But if you want to, that's great as well, you know. I just appreciate all the support, everybody coming here every day, you know, dealing with me as a new trader, you know. Kind of like an XBIO here for a potential short if the spread could get a little bit better. Like I said, if it bounces around the $6 point, it looks halfway decent. But yeah, CLDC, man, that's the crazy mover of the day here, huh? Look at CLDC, still up to 687. Kind of looking at XBIO here. Let's see if the spread can get a little bit better for potential short with a risk of 6. See, and even ACHV, another VWAP fade, even though the volume wasn't really great. Alright, so I am in XBIO here going short with 100 shares. Risk is set at $6, so my risk is about, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. See if he gets back down and test the low here is really what I'm looking for. I mean, maybe I'm forcing this. Maybe I should just wait for VWAP fades. And again, maybe I jumped in when the volume wasn't quite good enough, but we'll see. See if we can crack under that. Low is at 6,570. We'll see if we can get under here. It's down to 581. See if we can crack under that 575 level. Down to 579. 576. See if we can get under that 575 level is what I wanted to do. I appreciate the $5, Pierre. Appreciate the support, brother. It means a lot, man. I appreciate any support I can get, but thanks for the $5 dono, bro. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the support. Glad you, appreciate and support what we're doing here, man. So really appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I always tell people that send me donations, if there's any type of video that you want to see from me, let me know. I'll try to make a video if there's like any type of video you want to see me do. You know, let me know. I try to make a video for anybody that supports me here, you know. All right, quick exit there for a $10 gain really quick on XBIO. Maybe should have held here. Low volume. I just wanted to get out for a green day today, and so I just got out quick. I hope you guys don't mind me not holding through that. Obviously, I could have made $20, $30. Yeah. Oh, man. So this is the biggest thing I need to work on, guys. So even though I'm happy, you know what I mean? It was a green day. That was kind of, this is another setup that I use fairly often, is that when it gets down to these lows, I get in on the bounce and see if it'll test those lows. And so this is something I need to work on for sure, is I need to, they say one of the biggest things that professional traders, like profitable traders, do is they have a lot of patience for their winning trades. They have a lot of patience with their winning trades. Appreciate the sub, Mill. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome, man. But yeah, they say one thing that really successful, profitable traders do is that they have a lot of patience with their winning trades and they have no patience with their losing trades. And so I think I do pretty well with my losing trades. I think I cut losses pretty quick, but I don't think I'm patient enough with my winners. As you can see here, I mean, I got out for a 10-cent gain, a 10-cent per share gain, but it could have been a 20 or 25-cent gain to where it just went. And it could bounce at the lows, but that's the biggest thing I need to work on, is that when I have a winning trade, I need to hold on to that winner. And I mean, obviously it just bounced up to the 580, so maybe I got out and it was safe. The volume's just a little low for it, but I think that's the biggest problem I have, is that I'm not patient enough with my winners. Even though it's getting squeezed right now, I still think the same. I'm not patient enough with my winners, if that makes sense. Appreciate the sub, Precious. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, really appreciate the $5 donation, Pierre. It really means a lot, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, CLDC, man, this thing's going crazy. I don't want to touch it, though. It's just too scary. I don't want to get in a halted stock and it never resume. I don't want it to pull a LFI in. You know what I mean? And it never resume. That's the biggest thing I get scared of. Hey, Matthew, appreciate the $2 donation, brother. I appreciate that as well, man. I really do appreciate the support, guys. Means a lot. I mean, I try to offer everything for free. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I do think there's some value in a lot of these courses that people sell. I think they're also expensive though, and so I think if you want the perspective of a new trader and just see what it's like for a new trader, I try to offer everything for free. I don't really charge anybody anything. I offer the stream chat, the stream. I let you watch me trade, and the chat room for free. And so I really appreciate any support I can get, guys. Really means a lot. But yeah, that VWAP fade, I mean, this is a setup I've recently started paying attention to in the last few weeks. And it's just a really powerful setup. It happens, you see it happen over and over and over again. XBIO broke under the VWAP, got rejected there, faded down to the low. ACHV broke underneath the VWAP, pushed up to 488 to test it, dropped all the way back down to this low right here. CARA breaks under the VWAP, pushes up to test it at 2140, gets rejected, goes all the way back down to 2012. It happens over and over again in this market. I see it a lot. WWE, even with the more expensive stocks. Like if you look at these here, same thing. Breaks underneath the VWAP, pulls up right around to it, 7150, washes out down to 69. So, yeah, I appreciate it, Matthew. Thanks for the support, bro. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, guys. I got a green trade. I don't want to force anything else. I'm happy to just get out for a profit today. Yeah, kind of bad timing to say that, huh, Kang? Yeah, I'll go to 9 or 10:30. I used to do it once a week. I would trade. I would try to do an all-day stream one day of the week. I usually did it on a Friday, but as I realized, Fridays the volume's not that great, and so I try to go. You know what I mean? I try to stream a few days of the week a little bit longer than I usually do. Mitch, are you streaming today, brother? Hey, no trades is better than losing trades, Mitch. But yeah, Mitch, are you streaming today, bro? aka O Fernan. Yeah, look, see here's another one. Somebody, I think Mitch mentioned this one earlier, but here's another VWAP rejection. Underneath the VWAP, pushes up, bounces directly off of it at 940, tanks all the way down to under 9, pushes up again, tests the VWAP at 920, tanks all the way back down to 9 again, and now it's testing it again here. I don't necessarily trust this test as much because it's kind of like breaking down a wall here. You know, the more times it tests this area, you know, the bigger chance that it's actually going to finally break through it. But another good example of the VWAP fade. Yeah, no worries. Nothing wrong with that, Mitch. Nice, Salty. Hey, congrats, brother. Awesome job, bro. Happy for you, man. Let's see, 500 shares. So you make $5 per every cent it moves, and you made 16 cents. So you made $80 on that trade, Salty. Nice job, brother. Nice trade, dude. $80, hey, that's nothing, not anything to, you know, joke about. That's a nice trade, brother. Congrats, man. Hey, just keep at it, bro. Get you some confidence in there, man, and start doing really well, bro. You're getting better, though, Salty, for sure. Just from watching your, you know, what you're saying in the chat, you know, your successful trades, you're getting better, man. You're getting better for sure, bro. Nice, bro. Yeah, volume's kind of coming down a little bit here. Small green day for me. I'll take it for sure. Hopefully we can get some decent setups as well. Let's see. I don't know how much volume the market has right now, really. But yeah, Pierre and Matthew, if y'all ever want to see a if y'all ever want me to do a video about anything specific, let me know. I'll try to do it. I try to kind of cater to people that give me donations, just to kind of show my appreciation for them. So if y'all ever want to see me do a video about anything specific, let me know, man. I'll try to do one for y'all. I appreciate the sub, Trini. Appreciate the sub. Welcome. PED halted again. Up to 115, man. Look at PED, man. This thing's going crazy here. I'm curious to see what this one does for the rest of the day. Leandro, ooh, man. Nice trade for you as well. Got in at 72 cents. At 115 now. Yeah, you got more. We have way more patience than I do. Leandro. Right, exactly, Mitch. Exactly what Mitch is saying, Salty. Just, you know, rinse and repeat. That's all trading is. Trading is all about finding good, low risk setups that statistically have been proven to work, and then just rinse and repeat those setups. You know what I mean? Oh man, up to 130s. Leandro, up to 130s, brother. I don't know how you're holding through this, man. I don't want to tell you what to do, but if I was in this trade, I would have sold a long time ago. But like I said, nice patience though, for sure. It's starting to get a lot of volume coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if I see it get halted again right here. But we'll see. It always gets a little bit risky as the halts go on. Up to 144. 145. About to test that 150 area. We'll see if that 150 area turns into resistance. But man, look at PED here. It has, look at all this. Look at all these shares traded just in the last minute. Around 650,000 shares traded in the last minute on PED. So just a ridiculous move there. Here's the first pullback. Back up to 140s. Oh, hey, awesome trade, brother. But yeah, guys, it's 9:30. It's 9:30 my time. It's 10:30 market time. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the stream down now. Appreciate all the love and support, guys. It really means a lot. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning. But hey, guys, what day of the week would you want me to do an all-day stream? Like I could do one Monday. I think Monday is probably the best day for an all-day stream, just because typically they have the best volume. And so I'm thinking about doing one this upcoming Monday, an all-day stream, just to stream all day. I've done them before in the past, and usually how I do it is I'll trade for a little bit. I'll put my stream kind of like I'll mute my stream and just kind of take a break, a 30-minute, hour-long break, and then come back, trade some, take another break, and so forth and so on. So I can try to do another one of those sometime soon here. So let me know what day of the week you guys would prefer. See you, James. Yeah, I think it's Monday. I think Monday is probably the best day to do the all-day stream. It's just Monday. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate the support. Yeah, see, like I said, like I said earlier, I said I wouldn't be surprised if PED gets halted again, and it's halted right at 150. Now, I would actually be a little bit nervous about this halt if I was a long, because a lot of times, especially if it gets halted at a major resistance level, like a $0.50 of 150, a lot of times it'll actually wash when it gets resumed. And so who knows, it could easily push up, but look at this thing, halted at 150 again. We'll see where it goes. Really curious to see where it goes for the rest of the day. Trini, I have Trini, I don't use Thinkorswim to trade. I just use Thinkorswim for charts. Like you can see on the left-hand side of my screen, this isn't Thinkorswim. This is actually TradeNet that I'm using to execute and fill my trades. And I just use Thinkorswim for charting. Like you can see, this is just my charts on Thinkorswim. I do have a few videos on Thinkorswim, like how to get real-time alerts from Thinkorswim. But, all you have to do to get this charting software is just sign up for TD Ameritrade, and you can download it for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. But yeah, I love Thinkorswim. It's just my favorite charting software, and so I just stick to using it for charts, and I use a different window to fill and execute my trades. All right, Fizzle. I'm excited to see that. Fizzle, are you a boy or a girl? I just don't know I don't know what pronoun to use. I assumed you were a girl since it's Alice, but she said, "I'm Mitch. I'm joining TradeNet next week. I'm gonna show you how ball is ball." Yeah, Monday is what I'm thinking as well. NYC. But yeah, I don't have anything against TradeNet charts. Like, if you want to see TradeNet charts, I can show you it really quick. Like, this is TradeNet charts. And so they're actually not bad. I'm just really used to Thinkorswim. It's what I've been using, essentially since I started trading. And so I'm just really used to it. At the same time, I actually like, I really don't mind TradeNet's charting. I think it's decent charting as well. So this is TradeNet here. You can see the charts. It's very similar to like DOS. I think it's the Colmex platform, but there's time and sales. You can add the VWAP, moving averages. If I want to place a line on a chart, it's simple as well. I can just do this. You know what I mean? And so I like TradeNet's charts. I'm just used to Thinkorswim, and so Thinkorswim's what I use. It's just what I'm the most comfortable with. They have a minimum balance to open um up Thinkorswim? I don't think so. I signed up for Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade 2 years ago when I first started trading. I don't think you have to deposit anything, but I'm not 100% sure. I do have a video on how to get real-time quotes from it, but it's not about downloading it or anything like that. So you want to talk to them about it. I can't remember if I had to deposit anything or not. Yeah, I have a link that'll get you 10% off TradeNet any TradeNet package you buy. And so like the intro package will be like $450, I think. The student package will be like $2,700 instead of $3,000, and so forth and so on. And so if you want that link, let me know. I can send you that link. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and put my TradeNet review in here, so if people don't really know much about TradeNet, so they can kind of see it. So just give me a second. I'll go ahead and add the TradeNet review. I have a few different videos on it. The biggest problem with TradeNet, and this is what you really want to understand about TradeNet, okay, is that TradeNet, the biggest problem with it is that a lot of these cheap penny stocks are not tradable. You know, like for instance, today, you know, just for complete transparency, you know what I mean? Like if you sign up through my link, I make a commission. It's a referral, so I make a small referral fee. But like I said, I try to be as honest as possible with people. And the biggest flaw with TradeNet, the biggest problem with them is that if I show you, you know, if I look at the window to show you kind of what stocks are tradable, like today, the biggest runner was probably DFBG, and it's not tradable on there. Also, MDGS gapped up. It wasn't tradable as well. DAC wasn't tradable. What else? A few different stocks were not tradable, and so that's the biggest problem. So it's like if you can get past that, you know, it's not that big of a deal for me. But you do want to understand that about TradeNet is that a lot of times it's not even penny stocks, it's low volume stocks are not tradable. So like I think you have to have 500,000 shares traded in the past 3 months for it to be tradable. But even if right now, if a stock that had no volume all of a sudden spiked up and had like 500,000 or 600,000 shares, like for instance PED, you know, they have to add it. So even though it's had over 500,000 shares in the last day on PED, since it's the first day it's had that, it's still not tradable. Now I think they'll probably add it in the next few days, but as of this point, PED still isn't tradable on TradeNet. And so that's the biggest thing you want to understand is that a lot of times low volume stocks aren't tradable on there. And a lot of times those are like penny stocks. And so you want to understand that before signing up. Usually it's anywhere between half of my watch list and 25% of my watch list isn't tradable. There's usually at least a few. Some weeks and days are better than others, obviously. But that's what the biggest thing you want to understand about TradeNet is that sometimes low volume penny stocks and any stock really is not tradable on there. And so you want to understand that for sure. Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was saying, Mitch, is that you know, it's inherently risky to hold through halts like that. And so, you know, you do want to understand that about halted stocks like that, especially if it gets halted around one of these big support and resistance areas like 150. But yeah, here's my review. I just posted the link to my review on TradeNet. Check that out. Let me know if you have any questions about it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. I appreciate all the support I got today and all the subs and everything like that. Appreciate the donations from Pierre and Matthew. I really appreciate the support, guys. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, 8:45 a.m. market time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to watch me day trade live every weekday morning. And if you want to help support the channel, click the like button right now. I definitely appreciate all the support. And yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I will see you guys later. Have a good day, guys.